Showtime, my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shogun Zorra and thank you for tuning in. After almost a month not uploading, I'm back again. And today we have an interesting video because I want to talk about, I have like roughly 20 takes about like anime in general. It could be potential hot takes or my anime opinion. And please also write down in the comment section below to each opinion that I have. Do you agree with it, do you disagree, or what's your opinion about it? So yeah, so hopefully this video won't get long because sometimes I waffle a lot and it takes longer. So yeah, okay, let's get started. As you can see here. My first opinion is Rock Lee single-handedly ruins people's understanding of hard work. Because look at this. Every freaking time when I see stuff like this, especially like this, as you can see also here, the person I blame Rock Lee for being the reason why we get these awful hard work versus talent posts. Of course, these are rage bait clicks, but all the time, because we see people taking it seriously sometimes also because they think a character who is considered hard work needs to be a character who had nothing at all or anything. Example, people say Goku is a gifted because he's a Saiyan. That doesn't make any sense because Goku was one of the lowest, he was low class warrior, meaning he had the lowest power level out of all Saiyans, and still became that strong through hard work. And there's a lot, of course there's some discussion you can have. One thing I'd say, it's a be in hard work is, in my opinion, it doesn't fit in, but even Rock Lee, because people understand of Rock Lee because Rock Lee could not use Genjutsu or Ninjutsu. That's why he trained in Taijutsu, and they think Rock Lee is like hardworking character. He is definitely a hardworking character, but he was in the same time also talented in Taijutsu. That's a lot of people seem to forget about this, and yeah, that is also, I blame Rock Lee for it because all the time people have a false misunderstanding of hardworking. Of course, you can argue all the characters hardworking, that worked hard to extent and gifted. But yeah, this is number one. Let's move on. Number two, in my opinion, Artem from Yu-Gi has the coolest character design in Yu-Gi of all time. Especially look at this. He looks so majestic with his style. I talked in my video about it recently about favorite character designs or art style in anime, and he is number one. Art style is top. Yu-Gi art style is top. But especially Yu-Gi-Oh! Artem looks so cool. He's so unique. He looks like a king. Artem Yu-Gi, my goodness, there is no character I feel like, in my opinion, looks cooler than him. He looks just so cool. Especially a lot in general. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Has the best character designs in anime in terms of character design, and because there's so much more. I talked about it in my video, you should see it here. But okay, next. I've seen a lot on social media, people think like, if a series has example messed up scenes or like something brutal happens or the character does some heinous stuff, and example, if something SA happens right in a series and then people read the season where this contains it, and there are some people who don't like the stuff, that's completely fair. But people who read the stuff, people think like these people enjoy stuff happening to characters, and that's completely false. I would say no. Just because something happens in the series doesn't mean the people who watch it stand for it. That is completely wrong. That's going to mess up. If a person would watch, if anyone would watch a series because the character was SA because of this, yes. And someone would watch it because of these scenes, that's messed up. That's a big problem. But just because it contains a series, because it contains it in the series, doesn't mean necessarily the person who watches the series agrees with it or likes it happening in the series. I think personally, the term Big Three itself did irreversible damage to the anime community, because a lot of people, the Big Three in any other set of media or context, the Big Three would also mean the biggest in that context, right? The biggest show or something, the biggest actors, big athlete would mean the Big Three would mean the top biggest characters, big three things in the series or this context. But the anime is a bit different because the big three, of course, we have Naruto. The big three are Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. And constantly, there's also a lot of people talking about, no, this anime should be in the big three. Bleach shouldn't be there. Dragon Ball or Hunter x Hunter. No, the big three is Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. And especially, you can see it here. Even if you just type the big three, anime big three, it literally explains here. The big three it's not because they are the biggest anime of all time or the most popular anime of all time. Even here on Google, you can see the big three is an anime considered to be One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. These three series gain immense popularity, are often cited as the most influential shonen anime, particularly introducing many people to the genre in early 2000s. It's thanks to Shonen Jump. In Shonen Jump, we have the big three. There will be Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, because they are all three out in the same magazine, manga magazine, and that's and some people say if Dragon Ball should be where Bleach should be not there. If we would talk about the most popular anime of all time, if it's like talk of popularities, in terms of popularity, that list would look different. Dragon Ball would be there, example. Then Bleach would be not there. If we talk about most manga sales, Bleach and Naruto would be not there. Dragon Ball would be there. I think that's also anime. If we talk like anime franchise in terms of money, none of the big three would be there. Hello Kitty as a franchise makes more money. I think Doraemon, even as a franchise, potentially makes more money in merchandising. Gundam makes more money than all of these anime. The big three, like the term big three, it did like irreversible damage. Also like the term nutrients, but I will talk to it about this another time. But yeah, okay. I think JoJo Bizarre Adventure, I'll take number 5. JoJo Bizarre Adventure has the most creative fights I've seen in anime. There are of course a lot of anime that a lot of people have great choreography, great imagination of how the fights can turn out with the ability of JoJo, especially when you look at part 5 and part 6, we watch JoJo Bizarre Adventure. You can see like the stuff that Giorno, or the protagonist of JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 5, and Jolene, the protagonist of JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 6, the stuff they go through and the people they have to fight, how creative they are using their abilities to fight against other characters. It's outstanding, especially a lot of the characters with their unique stance. They have only like these set abilities, but how they utilize this ability to overcome other things is freaking amazing. And that's why I would have to say JoJo Bizarre Adventure, in my opinion, has the most creative fights in anime. One Piece should have had more, not like more arcs, but I feel like for me it's a bit unrealistic having One Piece. Example, One Piece, the whole sort of One Piece takes place roughly 3 years now, 3.5 years, and it's kind of crazy that Luffy as a character finds the One Piece potentially less than 5 years time, and that's kind of crazy. And 2 years of this would be just because of the time skip. I feel like if One Piece would have done, example, I don't think it should necessarily drag out, but I feel like what they should have done is after each arc, maybe 1 month has passed, 2 months has passed, 3 months has passed, because I feel like kind of crazy that Luffy as a character gets so lucky and potentially find the One Piece so quick, while we have other people search for the One Piece over 10 years plus times. I feel like if they would have done after each arc maybe 10, after each arc 1 month, 2 months or 3 months a gap between each arc, it will make the anime One Piece story itself in its own story make a bit longer than Luffy, instead of Luffy potentially find the One Piece in 3 years, 4 years, maybe 5 years throughout the series has begun. Because it's kind of crazy because everything happened so quickly. I think even Luffy started his journey before the time skip happens. Is everything less than a year happens, everything, or even way shorter. So it's kind of crazy. I feel like OG Naruto and Jujutsu Kaisen should have had one arc beforehand to make this, I feel like the team dynamic much better. Example, in OG Naruto before, the OG Naruto is a bit difficult. I feel like OG Naruto, especially if they had like a small arc before the Itachi incident happens, where Itachi comes to the village. I feel like I would have loved to see after the whole Chunin exam, Naruto, Sakura, Kakashi, and Sasuke doing something together to show like how these three have grown. Because it's kind of crazy because these three have grown so much, got so much stronger, but we never got to see all these three come together and fight. And I feel like it would have been, it was a shame we didn't go to see more of these together, especially at that moment at the time of the series. They got to be really a proper team, and I feel like also the same as with Jujutsu Kaisen, we don't really see these three characters together throughout the story, doing missions, anything. Of course, I feel like if we had an arc like before we had the Gojo backstory, if we had like another arc like this where these three would come to work together again, I feel like before Shibuya, because Shibuya is a major incident that changed the whole story of Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like if we had another arc with these three together, it would have been great to see more team dynamic, because we barely see that. The moment they started, then Itadori died, and all the stuff events happened there early on in the series. My take number 8. It is stupid to hate a series that you have not watched. Because it's stupid, it doesn't make sense. How can you hate on a series that you have not watched? I mean, you can be not interested in a series because of a particular gimmick, genre, anything, that is fine, but hating a series that you have not watched, it seems like it doesn't make sense, it's stupid. Also, take number 9. I see, unfortunately, a lot of people believe everything they see on social media when they've been there, every news or something, and then everybody believes it. And I feel like people should not blindly believe it, because if there's no proof or anything, especially there's also a lot of people say the mangaka says so, or it's a fact or anything, but there's no proof, there's no source, or there's no statement, anything. They blindly believe it, or even there's sometimes they make it visually really beautiful, saying this creator says so, this is what they said, but no, please don't believe it. So because a lot of people believe that's unfortunately said. One thing in anime that annoys me, everybody tries now to claim this anime inspired this anime copied this is a ripoff, and I feel like no, it's not. Especially we see a lot of Naruto. It's not Naruto fault, but there's a lot of series people saying, example, Black Clover, My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen is a ripoff of My Hero Academia, of Naruto, because they have similarities. They follow a particular trope or genre that these characters do, like Naruto. And I feel like it's not Naruto. It's not the anime that created all these types of tropes or stuff, and I feel it's really annoying. They constantly try to claim that Naruto inspired these series, even though the creator potentially has never said this. Especially with Black Clover, the creator had other series that they inspired him, like Berserk, Dragon Ball, or even Bleach, and now they probably constantly claim a lot of animes, like especially like we see Naruto fans claim, because they have a bit of similarities. This series has inspired these anime, so we should thank Naruto, and I feel like that's stupid. Hating a series because of its fan base is stupid, because you could literally watch an anime and do nothing with the fan base. Of course, it can happen that particular people you see make you not want to watch an anime because potentially how they portray the anime itself, but it doesn't make sense. Because, example, a lot of people have a problem with My Hero Academia. Some of the fan base, of course not all the fan base, some of the fan base can be very, how should I phrase it, interesting, I would say, because how they portray it and of these particular shows. But you can literally watch My Hero Academia and see good things and or even have to do nothing about the fan base and just watch My Hero Academia by yourself, and you're completely fine. I've watched a lot of series where technically nobody about the fan base no one talked about this, and I can enjoy it. But of course My Hero Academia is big, but it's stupid to hate the fan base, because the fan base doesn't determine how good an anime is. It wouldn't make sense, because you would have to watch the anime first to determine how good the anime is. So hating on the series just because of the fan base is stupid. Number 12. A lot of people nowadays are especially impatient when it comes to anime, especially when series are a bit slow or doesn't go directly into action, or something crazy has to happen in the first few episodes. A lot of people are very impatient. Of course, nowadays, especially in manga, you can also see a lot of anime, especially a lot of manga get axed before it really can start to blossom, because they try to establish. And I feel like also, especially also with anime fans, every time when an anime comes new anime comes out and it doesn't even crazy in the first few episodes, then they think that it's bad or don't want to watch it. Of course, it's understandable because they're investing their series, and if it's not instantly clicking, it's kind of weird. And the reason why I free went in there because I had a lot of people drop free win after the first few episodes came out, and because they feel like it's slow, it's not interesting, there's no much action or something. And free win has doesn't try to be very crazy or very over-exaggerated at the beginning. It starts it has a bit of slow pace and go through its characters slowly but surely, and then after like few episodes we get to see a bit more action. But especially with free win, a lot of people dropped it, but they only started watching free win when they saw like free win's fight, especially towards the end, and then people were like, oh my god, free win is even really that good. But they didn't like it because they felt like it was too slow for them. And especially nowadays, a lot of older series, if they would have came out this year, people would not watch it at all because they feel like they feel like it's way too slow, and I feel like damn, people are way too impatient. I could wait legit multiple episodes, even 10 episodes I could wait to if it goes in a good direction. But there's some series, of course, it's very slow, it doesn't do anything, then it's understandable people don't invest to it. But there's some people, if it's not instant action, instant crazy stuff happening, they stop watching, and that's really sad. I feel that what I often see a lot of people, especially on social media, they think because they watch this particular type of anime, they think they are superior to other people. Especially you see like people who watch seinen anime, because seinen is for more mature, because seinen is a more mature demographic, because seinen is more 18 up, and shonen is more like for young boys to teens, right? And the thing is, anime, I don't understand. Anime is for every genre. Of course, there's some I wouldn't watch. Let a 30-year-old boy watch a series that's for 18, so it doesn't make sense. But yeah, because seinen is more, there's more sometimes more deeper stuff than, for example, shonen series or shonen is a bit more, feels like a bit more lighthearted. But I feel like you see a lot of people who watch only because they watch only these particular kind of shows, they are superior to other people who don't watch the show. And I feel like that's stupid. Everybody can enjoy any type of show. If a person enjoys seinen anime or only seinen or shoujo anime, that's or josei, it's completely fine because that's the own type of thing. But don't think you're superior just because you feel like, because I'm watching something that is much better or to someone else. It's stupid, please. I hate this is stupid. My next thing is, a lot of people lack reading comprehension. That is so sad. Why? Because simple. Because I've noticed a lot of people don't read the series or really watch the series they are consuming, and I don't understand why. Especially, you can see it was a big problem when it came to My Hero Academia. The initial ending chapter when it came out, a lot of people were talking about is I won't spoil it, but a lot of people were talking about that this happened, and I was like, this didn't happen. It was not like this. If you read the series, if you read the chapter correctly, then they would have grasped it correctly. And I don't know why. For example, in my video when I talked, I did a review about My Hero Academia ending. For example, this Uraka goes to Deku for 8 years because of, and he's quirkless now. I'm like, that never happened. This never happened. This never happened. And especially now with the additional chapters that came out with My Hero Academia for the ending, now people see this did not happen. I feel like if you would have read the initial ending, it was clear that this did not happen. And a lot of people feel like don't read the series. They hear what other people hear, and they think they don't have to read the series anymore, and then they know everything. No, please read this series, read it correctly, read properly, because I feel like, especially with My Hero Academia, it shows, or them also with Blue Lock, a lot of people lack reading comprehension. Another problem I feel like in my opinion, is like hating on a particular anime that people enjoy doesn't make you better, or making fun of people who enjoy particular anime that you don't enjoy is stupid. Of course, everybody has anime they particularly don't like because it was not good for them. They didn't enjoy this aspect of the series. That's perfectly fine. But just because other people enjoy it doesn't make you superior or better because you being a hater, just making other people feel bad for watching a show. Just let the people enjoy the series. Just because you dislike it, if you dislike a series, that's fine. But let other people who enjoy the series. Just because you dislike it doesn't mean everybody else has to dislike it. Just because a series is not well known or everybody speaks about it or anything doesn't mean necessarily an anime is bad. Because every time when I see something on social media, people will talk about potential underrated series. One other series that I constantly talk about is Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai, because I feel like it's really good, great character development, great fights, good story. And every time I bring up that, people say, what kind of series is it? I've never heard about this series, and they constantly think like, because they didn't hear about this, it's bad. I don't understand this logic, because not everything anime needs to be as big well known. Example like Solo Leveling or One Piece or freaking even Domestic Girlfriend. Okay, Domestic Girlfriend, that's not everybody knows it, but you get what I mean. Just because a series not well known doesn't mean it's necessarily bad, because I see a lot of people think that way, and that's stupid. That's anime that's so very mainstream, and that is completely fine. But just because other anime that's not that big doesn't mean that it's bad. And also, please remember, each anime, probably almost every anime, is for someone's their favorite anime. Just because you don't like or you don't know it doesn't mean there's no fans that people enjoy. Even this is not that a lot of people talk about it, doesn't mean people don't enjoy it. I've watched roughly 400 plus shows. I don't talk about every freaking show that there is, but yeah. Isekai is an interesting genre we see in anime, and there's a lot of people like it and dislike it. And I feel like, of course, and nowadays we got a lot of isekai anime, and the thing of isekai is a lot of anime that we currently getting feels like bits the same or don't feel like very interesting, in my opinion. Of course, a lot of anime we have almost isekai has the same sort of setting, like fantasy setting, adventure, defeat the demon king, different races and stuff. But there's so many different isekais in the series that are really good or very unique, or isekais that don't follow the same setting that I just mentioned. Example like series that shares the same sort of similar setting. Example series like ReZero, Mushoku Tensei, and we kind of saying, but series that are isekais but don't follow these kind of setting in these sort of world. Example is Spirited Away. Spirited Away is an example that's not like that. Or Digimon. Digimon being people don't realize isekai is not always the same setting. Isekai is just meaning a person gets transported to a different world different from theirs. Example like I mentioned, Spirited Away, Digimon, or freaking Iruma-kun. Iruma-kun being also isekai. It's also very good anime. It needs to be talked a bit more. Really good. I feel like it needs to also be talked about more, but it's very also underrated. But yeah, isekai can be a little bit too much nowadays. A lot of how much isekai anime you're getting, but it's still nonetheless a good genre. I feel like people should not hate it as much. I feel like, of course, there's a lot of series, but you can find really good gems or really good series in the isekai anime. Every anime deserves good adaptation, right? But not every anime needs to be crazy, like over the top animation or something. Example, a lot of people are what I've seen compare constantly like anime like Fate, which example like Fate from Ufotable, which has amazing good animation. Same animation studio who did Demon Slayer, and people are constantly comparing that to other animes that example don't have that crazy fascinating over the top animation. While I love the animation, but you cannot compare to every anime. You have to be that way. Example, Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days being a good anime, I like the animation. I don't have any problems with it. It does what it needs to do. It's not over the top. Is the animation as good as example Demon Slayer? No, it doesn't need to be. No, not every anime needs to be like over the top animation like Demon Slayer, or even freaking compared to MAPPA animation. It needs to be well animated, so it does all the good action like such motivating action series need to develop need to showcase the good action, all the scenes. Of course, there's some anime that don't have unfortunately good animation. That's sad. But example, series like Tonikawa. Do I expect Tonikawa to have same level animation like freaking Fate Stay Night or Solo Leveling? No, it doesn't need to be. But Tonikawa is still good animated. It fits the art style. It needs to fit the vibe, the art style, and the atmosphere of the series to be a well adapted series. One thing I noticed, everybody talks about, like, especially when an anime, unfortunately, like I just mentioned, some anime don't have always good animation, especially with season 3 that had, season 2 that happened with Blue Lock. We had some anime episode that was not good animated, and I agree with that. But some people think constantly say, yeah, it's about the budget, they don't have the budget about that, and that's not always the case. People constantly think because anime has good animation, it's because of the budget. No, there is so much. People don't know about animation. There is so much more about animation. It's not always the animation studio fault. It's not always like the animator's fault or like the environment. Even though we know animation environment can be very stressful and not so always the greatest. But there's a lot about, and animation studio is one part, budget is one part, scheduling is one part, production committee, like people who handle everything outside, just but outside of animation. There is so much thing that goes into animation and why it looks like that, or why it's not like that, or why they did like this. It's not always about budget, so that's kind of annoying constantly seeing people saying it's the budget, it's the budget. No, there's so much more about it. One thing that annoys me about is the leak culture, especially when it came to JJK last year. The leak culture needs to stop. Of course, people are want to be excited, want to see what happens next, but the leak culture, it gets spoiled for everyone. The moment it's like a big series happens and that leak is happening, it's almost very hard to avoid it, and unfortunately people get spoiled because of leaks. People are talking about this, and it's annoying. The leak culture needs to stop. It's horrible because you want to enjoy something, the anime, and then you can watch it. I saw a video recently, someone said there is no way that anyone can enjoy an anime to its full extent, from the beginning to end. That's currently new coming out, because there's always people will talk about the manga, then people will leak it, when the manga ends, everybody will talk about it, and unfortunately you cannot enjoy it. And even in manga, sometimes people will just want to wait for the official release, because what happens always also with leaks is the people have seen something out of context, and everybody talk about it, they will hate it, hate it and everything, and then when the official chapter comes out, everything gets explained, and then it's not that bad. But constantly seeing this discourse on social media, everybody raging about all this stuff happening, and then later on turns out it's not that crazy. It's freaking annoying, especially the leak culture, and especially in the manga scene is freaking bad. Also, it happens in the anime also, that anime gets leaked full on episodes, and can get very annoying for people who want to wait for the official release. But yeah, that's it. Basically my opinion about some anime opinion that I have, or some takes. Write down in the comment section below your opinion about it. This has been now probably a very long video. I'll try to condense it as short as possible. If you enjoyed, write down in the comment section below. Punch the like button and share it to all your friends. Let your life shine bright. My name is Shogun Zorra, and peace.